I am under no illusion that sports betting has become a major factor in sports. Now, I was not aware that it was that big of a deal when it comes to track and field. There has been a guy who has been banned from FanDuel because he filmed himself heckling Gabby Thomas. Now, Gabby Thomas is a two-time Olympian, won 3 gold at the 2024 Paris Olympics in the 200, the 4x100, and the 4x400. Won silver in the 4x100 at Tokyo and bronze in the 200 at the 2020 Tokyo. She won gold in 2023 Budapest and silver in Budapest. Silver in the 200 meter and gold in the 4x100. World Relays 2024 Nassau 4x100. She won gold in both the 4x100 and 4x400. So her being heckled, I mean, these people have to get their heads into the game, so to speak. And this heckler, he did, you're going to see this, by the way. I have a clip. You're going to see this silliness. So let's watch this clip.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video. And I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
Don't choke Gabby like you did yesterday, Gabby.
This is what American track superstar Gabby Thomas heard as she studied for a women's 100-meter dash over the weekend.
Melissa got married this year, got a black husband. Yeah. Gabby got a white guy. Yeah. I want Melissa to win.
This video from a Philadelphia competition posted on X. The user posting, quote, "I made Gabby lose by heckling her, and it made my parlay win."
You a choke artist!
The user, who hasn't been publicly identified, also posting screenshots of his FanDuel parlay winnings, showing he made nearly $700 in part by betting on Thomas's competitor, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. A second post shows a confrontation at the event between him and Thomas.
Huh? You know what I'm doing here? I support track and field. You going down, Gabby?
Thomas firing back at the heckler on X, saying, quote, "This grown man followed me around the track as I took pictures and signed autographs for fans, mostly children, shouting personal insults, something the poster denies."
What she said on the tweet was an absolute lie. It was done for sympathy.
Also posting this video showing him doing the same heckling at the men's event.
The biggest hater in track and field. Remember that.
The person who posted these videos claims that his heckling led to him winning a bet. Mm-hmm. Is that legal?
There's no exact law that prevents a fan from interfering in a way to make it criminal, right? But likely whatever platform that he's making the bet on in contractually in their terms of service does not allow you to interfere and then bet on it. So that is likely a civil violation.
Sports betting in the U.S. has seen rapid growth, reaching a record $13.7 billion in total revenue in 2024. That's up from $11 billion the year before. But some athletes say bettors are taking things too far.
Threatening to find my kids and murder them is a little bit tough to deal with.
Houston Astros pitcher Lance McCullers says his family received online death threats after a loss last month. Houston police now say those threats came from an overseas bettor who lost money on the game. And last year, a study from multiple tennis organizations found that angry gamblers were behind 12,000 abusive social media posts against tennis players.
There is a difference between what is criminal and what is legal, and then what different stadiums or associations might allow.
Former Olympian Michael Johnson, who founded the track league, lent his public support for Thomas on X, adding, quote, "We are working to identify the individual involved and will take appropriate action as necessary. Despicable behavior like this will not be tolerated." While Grand Slam Track promises a full investigation.
Marissa Parra joins us tonight here on Top Story. So, Marissa, look, people may be upset with what they saw and heard in that story, but technically, heckling is a form of protected free speech under the First Amendment. But in this case, that spectator could still face consequences. Why?
Absolutely. So it could potentially come in different ways, Tom, depending on that investigation that we talked about at the very end of that piece there. We're very aware that Grand Slam is going to be looking into any and all possible avenues here to take appropriate action as necessary. But we also are curious to hear back from FanDuel, who we did reach out to, Tom, to get a sense of, did this violate the terms of service? What kind of action would they take? And we reached out to them. We haven't heard back yet, but we do know, according to the terms of service, they say you can't attempt to influence the play in any way, especially if you're involved in betting. So, Tom, remains to be seen. Does this fall into that criteria? We hope to hear back with an answer soon.
All right, Marissa Parra and her team reading the fine print there. Marissa, we appreciate it.
I do not find this behavior to be anything but reprehensible. Now, like I said, I'm under no illusion about the power of sports betting. I'm not a fan of sports betting. I think you should enjoy the games and athletes and all that for what they are and what they can accomplish. But there are people that are addicted to this, as this guy is. He literally is sitting there heckling runners so he can win a bet. This is idiotic. I don't know why this is allowed to happen, but it is. And it ruined the experience, not just for Gabby Thomas, it ruined the experience for the kids that were trying to get her autograph while this individual is sitting there acting like he is. This needs to be called out. It needs to be called out on all levels. Now, I'm well aware sports betting is legal, but I mean, this is Gabby Thomas. This is a graduate of Harvard Law. She studied neurobiology and global health as an undergraduate at Harvard. This isn't a DEI thing. You know, people talking about, oh, did she get... No, this is not simple stuff. She finished her Master Public Health degree in epidemiology at the University of Texas Health Science Center in Houston. So here's a smart individual who, you know, she spends a lot of time in her head. Why? Because she's doing a job that she has to use her brain to be the best for people. And running is a solitary thing, and you have to be in your right mind to be able to do this. So this person right here, yeah, this needs to end. If you see this behavior, it needs to be called out. I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.